Hey traders, this is Jeff from Zentrader.ca, and this is going to be a Zentrader reviewed or revisited or whatever you want to call it. I want to try to start and go back and look at some of the analysis that I've done on certain sectors and charts. I want a couple of months to have passed, and I want to go back and kind of, see what I was saying and then see what happens, whether it's good or bad, and try to learn something from it. And I think this will be a good exercise for me as an opportunity to learn and grow, and hopefully we can do that together as well. And it's important to go back and revisit and see what someone was saying at a certain time. I think it's something that I don't really do. I kind of just continue to go forward and discuss different plays on the site. But I think there'll be some value, and we'll give this a shot. I'm not sure if I'm even going to have the time for this, but this is something that I was thinking about the other day, and so we're going to start here. This was thoughts on the housing sector charts, and basically this is on December 19th. I really want like 2 or 3 months to have passed before, so I'm just going to basically start here and go back for a while, and then at some point I'll, maybe in 2 or 3 months from now, I'll start looking at the posts that were in January. Like I said, I'm just going to play this by ear and see what happens. But back here, we had a diamond topping pattern here. I was questioning it, and I stated that if it fails to make new highs, that this sector could be in trouble. Well, what happened was we actually broke out of this diamond pattern and continued higher. And that's okay. A breakout out of a diamond pattern is a bullish pattern. You would never short that. That's for future reference. That indicates that the chart's going to go higher. There was negative divergence, and what I like to see is when negative divergence is forming, I like to see it go above 70. So you can see here that it did just that. And now we're starting to get a little bit more negative divergence on this sector, but this is a strong chart. So let's see what were the individual stock plays here. HOV. There was a rising bearish wedge here at this point. HOV is running on fumes, in my opinion. RSI supporting this move, could easily pull back to $4.50 to $5 range and still be in a strong uptrend. So what happened was it broke out of this rising bearish wedge. Let's see here, what's the date? That was the end of December, so that would be right about here. So this was the rising bearish wedge. It did break out of it, moved a little bit higher. Oh, sorry, look at the wrong chart. So here was the rising bearish wedge. It broke out of it, but what's interesting is that was about it for the move. And basically it went down, had a little last gasp attempt, was unable to maintain and sold off. And essentially we did pull back to right around the $5 range. So what did we learn out of this? Out of a rising bearish wedge, if it breaks out, watch. And this was quite a move on significant volume, almost indicative of a climax top. But there was a little bit of pullback, and then this last gasp up, and this should have been a fairly obvious sign that this chart it has pretty much peaked. There's, like I said, lots of negative divergence. The sector was tired, so it did come back right to the $5 level. Now, what that means going forward, I think HOV could pull back a little bit more. And actually, I want to go back and look at XHB real quick, because my target for a pullback on XHB is right around 24, 25. That would put it right down here to this bottom lower Bollinger Band. I think that if the markets do correct, I think that this is pretty much where we're going to go on this, right down to the middle of the diamond pattern, which will also coincide with the lower Bollinger Band as well, and it may even coincide with the 40 level in the RSI. So there could be a number of confluences there. The last chart, running out of time here, RYL, need to stay above this line for confirmation. That was right around 36. This really took off. Let's see here. So here's 36. It broke out, pulled back right to that trend line, and then it went on a pretty significant rally. I don't know. This is actually a very bullish chart except for declining volume, and this really was the leader in the sector. So it's no surprising it was so strong.